This is an important pigeon in our loft, Steve. This is a pigeon we call Alexander. He was one of the pigeons we bought from our Northern Premier auctions in 2003. This is only the second season we had auctions. We had the pigeons of Bass for Kirk, GNS for Kirk. We did an auction for them. We had to get the pigeons quite early because he had a very small setup. So I think we picked him up in June, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. So we had he's round the youngsters for the auction from June till October. And there was two pigeons that really, three pigeons that really stuck out. Two hens and this cock. Not because of the performance, we didn't know a lot about bass then. As we've done the sales list, we learned a lot. But this pigeon had everything what we were looking for. It turns out he's a son of the Sprint. He's a half brother to the Sprint. He's a son of Alessandro. But it's the balance on the pigeon, the intelligence of the pigeon, the muscle toe, the length of the wing, everything of it, the suppleness in the pigeon, and the vibrancy of the muscles and the vigour is everything we were looking for in our pigeons. So we bought him, and we bought one of the hens. We call the hen Princess. She was a daughter of, was it? Supervisor. No, Survivor. Olympic Survivor. Yeah. She's now dead. We can't show you this. Unfortunately, she died 6 weeks ago. Well, this pigeon's got a real legacy within our lofts. There are around 15 children, I think, or something like that in the actual sale. And he's in the sale himself. But he's going to be given for free because we had to cut his ring off. 2 years ago, was it? Yeah. Cut his ring off. We have got a little bit of his ring left. But you can actually see where his ring was, where he's digging into his leg. But this is Alexander. He's from 2003. He's a sire and grandsire to over 40 First Federation winners, with up to 23,000 birds competing. I don't believe there's a better Kirk pigeon ever coming to Britain than him. I think he's one of the best pigeons we ever bought. And the legacy of the pigeon is, even now this year, grandchildren from him, great-grandchildren, we'll show you 5 generations of pigeons from him that are winning first prizes against up to 4,000 and 5,000 birds in the toughest competition. So for us, as a partnership, he's the sort of pigeon we've been looking for all our lives. He's a one-off pigeon. And he's got, when you see him, he's like a 2-year-old when you handle him. See what you think. One thing you'll notice about him, Steve, he really likes to wriggle in the hands.
I'll tell you something though, Wes. The actual body.
Yeah,
he's full of body like a yearling.
He's almost 10 years old.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you'd never know it. You'd never know it. But that's the sign of the class of pigeon he is. He never aged. He's never had a day's illness in his life. And from youngsters, yearlings, 2-year-olds, they are superior pigeons. Super performers. But multi-performances, Steve. The very first pigeon we raised from him, we called it Merlin. He won an RPLA award. He won Lancashire Combine. He won a gold medal. He won from 3,000. He was the 8th bird of the year in the Fed, the 8th bird of the year in the Combine, as a youngster and as a yearling. And every year since, children and grandchildren, everyone that we know that have raised grandchildren from that cock have won first prizes with them in the big Combine races.
Fine specimen.
Yeah, that's
nice,
Alexander.
Nice bird life, fine specimen, and credit to handle this.
Yeah, we've shown him to Bass the Kirk one time. Bass, he said he's very much like the Alexander pigeons, because Bass has obviously got brothers and sisters. But I think you have to go a long way to get a better one than him. He's certainly one of the best. I know he's getting on in age, but he's 100% fully fertile.
I'm sure, Wes, what I've handled on him and that, and with the amount, the body what he's got for his age, I'm sure he's up to 5 years in breeding in that bit for being fertile.
We cannot sell him because he has no ring on him. But we're going to give him for free in the auction.
But who's lucky to get him?
With a daughter.
Enough to get him. I do believe they'll get a few years left in him.
Yeah, we're going to give a 2012 daughter with him, and he will be auctioned with the daughter. So they're buying the daughter and they get him for free. Well, he really is a super pigeon.
Not only that though, Les, there's no better breeding. Father and daughter pairing, they're made for life, aren't they?
He's absolutely proven.
Especially with it's not just any pigeon, remember, it's the foundation of the actual
the one we're going to give to the auction for free is from him and his granddaughter, a pigeon called Mafalda, who's a multi-performing pigeon. She breeds many good pigeons for us and for other fanciers. But he's special. He's special. He's a pigeon you'll really be sorry to see him go.
Well, you'll be sorry to see him go, but like you say,
we've had him 10 years.
Somebody gets a young hen, what's got you for the side, puts her back just rest of the life, just to that own sire, what's actually sire to 5 generations, something special is going to come out. It's like going to be magical for that person who buys that pigeon to get the actual old cock to go with it anyway.
Well, it's funny you mention the word magical, because every one of his children and grandchildren we name after something of a magician. They are magical.
Well, that's the magic words, isn't it? The magical pigeons.
This is a son from Alexander with Princess, the hen that died. This is one of the first children we bred from him in 2004. He was a summer bred, so he never raced, because they were late bred pigeons, so we didn't couple them early enough to race anything in 2004. But we wanted to see what kind of youngsters we were going to get from them, and we bred, I think it was 3 or 4. This was the first one. This was Gaz's favourite pigeon as a youngster. He'd never let me sell it, he'd never let anyone take it in hand. He said, no, because everyone that wanted to see him wanted to buy him. And he was insisting that he didn't sell it. He wanted to keep it. He told me, don't you ever sell him. So I couldn't sell him. Well, I'm so glad he's seen something in him, because he's been one of the best breeders we've got. The direct son of Alexander, he's Blaine, named after David Blaine, the magician. He's a special magician. He's just a special pigeon. He has sired first fed winners, first combine winners. We've sold children from him to guys up in the north of England that have been winning first prizes against 7,000 and 8,000 birds. We've sold them to the south of England, one across the channel from him. Into Ireland, we have his children that winning second and third in the NIPA against 22,000, 23,000 birds. He really is special. He's been RPRA award winners, gold medal winners, ace pigeon of the year in the combine, federation winners galore. I think we have 3 or 4 of his daughters in the stock loft have all bred first open combine winners. That's Blaine. He also wriggles like mad in your hands. One thing you know about him, Steve, you can't see it on camera in the hands, they're very, very friendly pigeons. Very tame. They'll sit on your shoulder all day. They like to be with you, but they hate being in the hands. It's a real trait that we have in them.
Again, like his father, same eyeless.
He's a great pigeon. Every visitor that comes to our loft, Steve, goes mad when they see him. He's a real character. He's been one of our... Gaz seen something in him as a youngster, and I'm glad he did, because I couldn't imagine... Put it this way, since 2007, the amount of winners that's come through that pigeon has made us what we are today. So without him, we may not have been as good.
Obviously a true specimen. And what breed is he then, Les?
He's 100% GNS for Kirk. The mother and the father were bred by Bass for Kirk.
And what did he go back to? You know what?
All lines are Jansen lines.
Jansen. I thought looking at him, there's some Jansen.
His Olympiad pigeons.
Yeah.
And his Alexandro pigeons, and also they go back to a little bit of Ad Sheerlack's pigeons.
Yeah, I thought I could see just a bit of old Jansen lines in him, that were all.
This is a daughter from Blaine. So this is, again, now we're 2 generations from the original couple. And why I do it like this, Steve, I want to show you the importance, because for us, as a partnership, it's always been important, very important, that our pigeons don't just generate and fade within 1 or 2 generations. It's really important to us that we find a line of pigeons that reproduce themselves year upon year upon year. So this is a granddaughter from the Merlin pair. She's Miss Magic. She's probably my favourite pigeon. I don't think we've had, in my opinion, and it is a game of opinions, I don't think we've ever raced a better hen than this. She had 10 races in her life. She raced 5 races as a youngster, could have won 4 of them, and 5 races a year in and could have won 4 of them. The only 2 races she didn't show, the weather was like it is today. We were liberated in really bad weather. And although she came home, she came a little bit late. She didn't make the prizes, but she came home all right. But she won 2 RPRA awards as a yearling hen. She beat all the widowwood cocks in the northwest of England, 3,700 members. She was the ace pigeon, ace middle distance pigeon up to 250 mile, which is almost 400 kilometres. The ace pigeon over 400 kilometres. Then she won the ace pigeon all categories. So all the widowwood cocks in the northwest, she was the ace pigeon from all of them. And she only went to 5 races. The first race of her year in life, she was 4th open to 3 loft mates. There was 5,999 pigeons. Then she was 2nd open, again to a loft mate, out of 4,900 or 4,500. from 330 kilometres on a really tough day with a wind in the faces, northeast wind. And she came that day like she hadn't been out of the loft, like fresh. Then a week later she went again. She won a first prize in the comment from 3,074 pigeons. And then we put her in the breeding loft. And since then she's bred first prize winners every year. But to us again, when you handle the grandfather and you handle her, there's no difference. So that's Miss Magic, a double RPLA award winner and a super breeder now as well. Did you notice the bronze that come out in her bars?
Yeah, see it the other day.
She's only 5-year-old Les now.
Yeah. She's from 2007.
Yeah.
But it's a shame, see, because of the competition we raced against, after 2008, when she was a yearling, the competition, they closed down the federation by us, and they formed a new fed, and we was not allowed to join it. So we had to move location. So that's the end of her racing career after being a yearling. That's the price we've had to pay for our success. 3 times in 5 years, we've had to change our loft location in order to find a federation that would accept us.
Yeah, that's Julie, because we'll go back to Magic again, your magical success, which is gained from Magic Pigeons.
This is a pigeon we call Hercules. We call him that because he's very strong. He's a son of Miss Magic. So now, again, we're talking our great-grandson of the Merlin pair. He won 5 times the first in the federation, and he's also won first open combine. And we retired him again as a yearling, didn't we? He only raced as a youngster and as a yearling. After his 3rd race as a yearling, with the problem we had with hawks and the falcons around the loft, we had a near miss with him. The hawk nearly got him one day, so we kind of decided between the 3 of us, put him in the breeding loft. So he raced as a youngster, about 8 races, didn't he? Yeah. 8 races as a youngster and 3 as a yearling. He had 5 first feds and a first open combine. That's Hercules. Again, he's a son of Miss Magic, and the father of him is another influential pigeon, which we'll show you later, a pigeon called Adonis, a son of the Primavera. So he's got some really good lines in him. But again, he's now 3rd generation from the Merlin pair. You'll notice the shape, the balance, the wing, everything is exactly the same, Steve.
Every generation seems exactly the same.
Yeah, it's something that's important.
But you've always done that though. When you've gone to buy pigeons in other families, you've always gone to the same stamp of pigeon what you've previously had.
Yeah, regardless of the success of the lot.
breeding generation after generation, the stamp what you've always had from many years of good advice, isn't it?
Well, yeah. One thing we've always stuck by, we've never been carried away. We've been to some lofts where the performances are fantastic, the fancy is very, very famous, but the pigeons haven't really been our type. We're not saying the pigeons were no good, but it wasn't our type. So we've decided not to purchase from that loft, not because the pigeons were bad, it just wasn't for us. We have a certain pigeon in mind, and that's our type of pigeon.
Yeah.
And that's the type of pigeon we've been so successful with. So we always stick to that type.
You stick to what's winning for you and what you're happy with, and what's and not only that, what's breaking combine records.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
When if the type's getting first 5, first 8 in a combine, the type is right.
Ray's the
type is balanced, they're in front of us.
Ray is the driver, if you like. Ray drives us. And if the performances start to dip, or the performers aren't happy, he's the first one to tell me and him, it's time something's got to change here. Right, yeah. You've either got to get better pigeons, or you've got to get rid of you two.
Yeah.
Well, everyone in the partnership, we all have that role. That's an important part of our partnership. Everyone says, oh, he's the pigeon man, or he's the pigeon man.
No, it's all 3.
It's all 3 of us.
It's got to come as a package, hasn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's no better safety net for me than to ask the advice of these 2. What do you think about this? And then, same as them with it, if he's not happy with something, he'll ask the advice of us 2. And between the 3 of us, we've got over 100.
There are disagreements, but it all works out in the end.
Yeah, because you're all aiming for one goal, to be the best.
Yeah.
And no matter what, I don't think I can have a better mentors to go to than the 3 of us. Yeah. What you've got to consider between us is over 90 years experience with pigeons when you combine it all. Because we've all had pigeons for more than 30 years.
Yeah.
So if we don't know something now, we don't know it all by a long chalk. But if we don't know something, something must be wrong.
You wouldn't have had results in first place to that level if you didn't know it.
We're all right, but the pigeons are better than us.
Yeah.
The pigeons are the most important ingredient.
Well, we are. it don't matter how good your management is. You'll not win with street pigeons. If somebody gets you all street pigeons and said breed a team out them, see how good Wall Lunt and Green is now.
Like I said earlier, Steve, it becomes evident to us.
You'll come no better than any novice. Because if them pigeons are no good at first place and they're rubbish, you'll only get best out of them.
Well, we like I said at the start of the interview, we realised quickly that it wasn't so much us that were good. It was the pigeon, because no matter what we did in the early days, we didn't do anything different later on. The only difference was we had better pigeons, and our performances just went to a much higher level, and that was solely because we brought in better pigeons.
It's kids' pigeons you're looking for. Them pigeons, what? Long as they're healthy, they'll win for anybody. They're just good pigeons. They'll win out of turn for kids.
This is the brother from Hercules. It's another son of Miss Magic. We call him Playful, because he's a very playful pigeon. He likes to fight with you, he likes to sit on the shoulder and play around with you. But he's a very strong pigeon. Again, he's just like his brother. He's the first Federation winner. He's the first Open Combine winner in a tough race against 3,105 pigeons. And he's also a very good breeder. So again, we're talking great grandson from the Merlin pair. That's not only a good performer, but also a very good breeder, which again is very important for your future. When you cannot keep going out and buying pigeon, you must rely on something that's in the loft. And this is something we've done with this line. They are very reliable. 3, 4 and 5 generations on. So he's Playful.
Obviously he's next brother to Hercules, is that right?
No, it's that. He's got that bronze coming out in him.
So he's next brother to Hercules, isn't he?
Yeah, he's full brother, yeah, next brother, 66 and 67.
Yeah.
He's 67. Hercules kind of outshadowed him as a youngster, but I know he didn't get much of an opportunity as a yearling. Hercules,
you put him to
but
start.
as a yearling, he was super. But again, this year as a 2-year-old, he won first Open Combine from 3,105. What do you think of him?
Beautiful, Wes, beautiful. Full of intelligence, the way he looks at you and that, you can see the intelligence in his head as well.
When you look at him, he's only 2 years old, so you know your future is bright. When you have 2-year-old pigeons like him and his brother to work with for the next 10 years, and you know you can't go far wrong.
All the line of pigeons is actually multiple winners.
Yeah, 15. This is, we call her Blue Wonder. She's a daughter from Playful. So now we're talking a great-granddaughter from the Merlin pair.
Yeah, but she'll be a granddaughter of Miss Magic.
Yeah, but she's also a granddaughter of the Merlin pair on the other side of her pedigree as well. Yeah. She's a little bit inbred to the Merlin pair, because her mother is also a granddaughter from the Merlin pair. She won. This year was a very, very tough year. Every week was a northeast wind, which is something that we've talked to all the pigeon guys. They've never ever known a year like we just had. Every single week, no sun, east, northeast or northeast, very tough year. The longest race on land was 330 kilometres, 4,788 pigeons, and she won the first prize. So she's from a great grandson of the Merlin pair, and she again now, and only a yearling hen, wins the first prize from almost 5,000 birds. And when you get this, it's like handling Alexander. All right, he has a little bit more age, and she's only just 1 year old. When you get hold of her, it's just like having hold of Alexander when he was 1 year old.
Well, this is the 14, then, is it?
Yeah, should we call her Blue Wonder?
Blue Wonder.
The 14.
Yeah. She's some fine specimen, Les, this one. Beautiful pigeon. I think this pigeon will leave a legacy wherever it goes.
I think she's going to be a special hen.
It's going to be a special hen, and not only that, it's got that. It's not only just bred in the purple. She's like her first combine.
Yeah, she has everything. Herself. When you go looking to bring new pigeons in, if you're fortunate enough to find the right loft, that's the sort of pigeon you really want to be taking home.
This is pigeon I'd be wanted for myself.
She's 3 generations of winners enough, and she's won herself. So really, she has all the credentials to be a super breeder.
This would be my type of pigeon, a young pigeon, plenty of years in it.
Well, that pleases us.
From winners and winner herself.
That pleases us to hear that, because that's 5 generations from the original couple.
Yeah. So it's showing you how strong, how dominant the line is at first place.
We also must be doing our job right.
Oh yeah, that's
These are
right.
like the 5th generation.
No, you're keeping a strong
Alexander
genetics
now.
on both sides.